in Ottawa and Windsor. They're blocking a bridge there, which is a big deal.
Cool. Listen, Spenny, I'm sorry for like backtracking a little bit, but even though we just talked for like 5 minutes straight, we are now officially live. Guys, thank you so much for waiting for me and Spenny to come online. The man of the hour is here. Spencer Rice, Canadian comedian. He is Mr. Canada over here. Made amazing content in the past.
Where are you?
I'm in New York right now.
Oh, New York City. Manhattan or just New York State?
Brooklyn, to be specific.
Brooklyn? Okay.
Yeah.
You were just there.
Oh, I mean, no. I know. I didn't go to that one in Brooklyn, though. I mean, I kind of was preoccupied, but I was going to show, my viewers here what your filmography looks like. So I'm just showing them a lot of the episodes that you did with Kenny versus Spenny, because that is, for better or worse, your most popular show, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be I'm sure I'll never outdo it. But they can't see me.
No, they can't see you. It's only audio.
But they can see videos.
They can see videos. I mean, I'm basically showing them all the episodes you've ever done.
All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Drinking beer, I'm happy.
It's all good, man. So, Kenny versus Spenny, season 6. Who can 69 the longest? First guy to get a boner. First guy to get a stain loses. First guy to touch the ground loses. Who can drink more beer? Who can piss off more people? I can't remember seeing that one. I'm sure it's a good one. First one to laugh loses. Who do black guys like more? I'm sure you really enjoyed doing that one. So first one, and there's just a lot of content. I mean, I remember watching Who Can Eat More Meat, right? Who Can Eat More Meat? And that was an exciting one as well. I do recall hearing in other interviews that this was actually a very miserable time for you, just producing this entire series over the course of how many years?
For both of us. I mean, really, for both of us, it's pressure, which is fine. You're compensated well, which is good. However, because we did something that was, for the most part, for the most part, 100% real. We put ourselves in these situations. We had to do these things. It wasn't pleasant to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't fun in sometimes, but.
I mean,
it was a lot of work.
You guys would film in public, right? Generally speaking, and you guys would have like a very gonzo approach to filming all this stuff. Yeah. So like no permits, you guys just show up, shoot, and get out of there, pretty much, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. So tell me a bit about where you were born. I mean, and what? I mean, you were. I mean,
where I was born. Toronto, born in Toronto, raised in Toronto.
Yeah.
Spent most of my life there, but moved to California for 12 years.
How did that go?
Oh, I loved it. It was, I got married and divorced towards the end of it. So that was very difficult, but I love LA. I've always loved it. I just, I'm a show business nerd. So, that's where that happens these days for most of it.
Right.
And, I lived in Santa Monica, and it was great.
Right. So there was an episode of Kenny versus Spenny called Who Can Bone More Women, which I found to be interesting. There was a point during the episode where, it's basically revealed to the audience that you end up having sex with a transgender woman unknowingly. Was that real?
She sucked my dick.
Right.
So I didn't have sex with her, but I mean, we had sexual activity.
Understood. So you got your cock sucked by a tranny, basically.
Correct.
Understood. So how did you feel after the filming of that episode?
Well, it was, it's one of those things that happened quite a few times on Kenny versus Spenny, where, I at the end of the day, it was great content for the show, mm-hmm. Which was really what I was focused on, no matter what, that we wanted to make a good show, both of us. So I thought it was, classic Kenny thing. I'm not homophobic. I'm not gay, but I'm not homophobic. So right. I certainly could deal with that. And in fact, it's an odd position Kenny put me in, one of many odd positions, but that one in particular, because knowing that I'm pro-gay, let's say, or I don't have any issues with it whatsoever, mm-hmm. And I don't like homophobes, I couldn't really get mad
Right. You just felt like you should have known better, like you should have reached down and grabbed the genitals over there and just ensure that
the competition, that wasn't what it was about, really.
It was who could have sex with more women, and you ended up not having sex with any of them. You received a blowjob from a man.
Several blowjobs. Lots of blowjobs.
Understood.
It was never. In fact, if I recall, that's what she wanted to do.
Right, but it's okay to get mad.
I had no problem with that. What?
It's okay to get mad, Spenny, at someone misrepresenting themselves in a way.
Well, no, because that's what all Kenny ever does. And again, I was conscious in my mind when it was revealed that I didn't want to behave in a way that could be taken as homophobic, because I'm not homophobic. And by the way, I'm a grown-up person. I signed up to do that show. Mm-hmm. I know exactly who Kenny Hotz is. So, it's on me, period. And I don't, that was, it's okay to get mad. Yes. But when in a situation where I actually thought it through very quickly, that I better not.
So when you actually navigate to Kenny's Instagram page, it's basically 90% of his Instagram profile is dedicated to basically mocking and humiliating you. There are so many memes of you made, and you're probably exposed to that regularly. And
I don't think I've ever been to his Instagram page. However, the other two, Facebook and Twitter. This has been going on forever. I've got a file on my computer of some of the funnier memes. I don't know. I don't know what it is about me that I think it's because I've agreed to do it and I see the humor in it. It doesn't really bother me. It's not the career I expected, but none of this is. So I've got my music, which I take very seriously, which has nothing to do with Kenny versus Spenny. I don't know what your point is, but that's what he does. He's made a career for himself, and he's done other things as well, like me,
right.
Of making fun of me. He's lucky that he's with a guy who's very secure. Right. I have a sense of humor, and I believe I deserve part of it because I knew what I was getting into in the first place. So,
you guys are childhood friends.
And most importantly, Carl, I make good money off of this shit. So,
right, for sure. I'm involved in the medium of entertainment called IRL streaming. Have you ever heard about it? Just like going around in public and being streaming. And basically there was a donation that just came in right now. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. And it was just a shout out to Kenny. But no offense, Spenny, but
if I got offended, do you think I give a fuck? No, I don't care. That's why it's perfect that we became friends and this happened to us.
Right.
Because I don't know many people that would have been able to take what I've been through.
Right.
And I take it. I make art out of it, and I enjoy parts of it, and but I've always been a fighter. I've always been, politically, on the battle politically with people. And so none of this really bothers me, to be honest with you.
Oh, for sure. So Single White Spenny, tell me about that show, Confessions of a Porn Addict. I just wanted to highlight this, Spenny. So a lot of the motion pictures that you've made in your filmography revolve around sex. They revolve around pornography. What's your relationship really with sex? And on your live stream,
I've had a I would say a normal heterosexual male relationship with pornography when I was younger. I don't really watch it much now anymore. But that's not why it's. I find it funny. I don't know what else to say. I did a series called X-Rated.
So I didn't even know about that. So you made an.
It's on my YouTube channel. It was an 8-episode documentary series about a porn guy I knew who was actually in Kenny versus Spenny. He was the judge on who can make a better porn, and he wanted to break a sex world record. So I actually unbelievably sold the series to a pay channel called Super Channel. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go through. That's an epic story of show business disaster. But however, the version that is on my YouTube channel is my version, the director's cut, whatever you want to call it. And, it's arguably the best work I'll ever do, up there with Kenny versus Spenny for sure. It's funny. Sex is funny to me. I don't know. Oddly, I don't like to laugh when I'm having sex. I take it very seriously. But the porn is sort of reminds me of wrestling in a weird way. I love wrestling. I don't know, I did Sex with Spenny, which I do on my YouTube channel. And that's starting to really buzz a bit, and that's fun. I'm very comfortable in that genre, and I don't want to overthink it.
Have you ever thought about like getting a professional job in the porn industry? Have you thought about
No, God, no.
Understood.
No, I find I can be funny around it. I don't know why. I'm not overly these days into it. I don't really watch a lot of porn anymore. When I was younger, I did a fair amount, like everybody else who's normal. I got this column called Sex with Spenny, where I thought it would be funny if I gave stupid advice and comedic answers to questions. It was in a newspaper called the Windsor Independent, and then when that closed, John and I decided to try it on YouTube, and so I've got a co-host who sort of answers the questions in a more.
What do you think about the social media landscape now? Obviously, times have changed since you've started, broadcasting on Showcase and on Comedy Central, and you met Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the guys from South Park, to get the ball rolling. But how do you feel about the big YouTubers now? There's Logan Paul now. Kenny is now really growing his YouTube channel, and everything is just coming.
Well, I don't know much about it because I don't really watch YouTubers. I do my own thing and whatever. It's relatively small. I hope it grows over the years or as long as I do it. I don't really know. I thought what you were asking me was social media, which I have a lot to talk about with that, or a fair amount. And but I don't watch YouTubers, not for any reason. It's just not in my. It doesn't mean I don't like them.
Do you feel like they're doing better than you, and you just feel? Do you ever get feelings of inferiority just seeing people younger than you doing, making millions of dollars?
No, never, no. I have an inert sense of superiority. I don't know why or where that comes from.
For being on television, because they have never been on television, but you have, so you're somebody.
No, I don't think of things that way. To me, it's just I want to make money. So I'm disappointed that I'm not making more money. But in terms of doing the work and being able to sit in my basement and not have to deal with television executives and all that, I think it's terrific.
Do you think they ripped you off?
I just don't know other YouTubers other than shit my daughter watches that I walk by and see. But I say, that whole democratizing process of video business, which, YouTube has certainly done. It just opens things up. On the other hand, it's made the business different, the normal television business with streaming sites and everything like that. But, I'm a person that I go with the flow. I don't fight it. I go with the flow. So, and that's why I'm doing I just need to be nudged in that direction by someone I respect. But now that I'm doing it, when Monday rolls around or Sunday when I do my two different shows, the Love Stream and I sometimes I just don't want to do it, and I don't really have to if I don't want to, which is the best thing.
Do you want to do more shows? I mean, are you trying to
do
television? More television, more big stuff.
Of course, I want to do more TV, but I'm getting old. It's not my sense of humor, certainly Kenny's sense of humor. It's not exactly. It's dangerous. The sort of left wing kind of snowflake, whatever you want to call it, sort of puts us at odds with everything. And I think networks are streaming networks as well as television networks. They're certainly frightened by.
What are some ideas for what are some ideas for episodes that you didn't do or didn't come into fruition because you thought they'd be a little bit too extreme?
That. I mean, I wanted to do, for example, a golfing one. And because I golf, I wanted to give Kenny a handicap of some kind. I didn't know what it was because we never got through. But I thought the idea of us being at a golf club.
So you guys would be handicapped people? Handicapped, like who could be handicapped for longer, or
well, we kind of did that with the weight. We did one where we had no arms.
Who can do more of the competition without using their hands.
Carl, you don't really let me answer the questions, I have to tell you.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't really give a fuck. It's your show.
No, I'm sorry. Spenny, please take the stage,
Well, I tried to, and you cut me off.
But I don't. You talk a lot, Spenny. You talk a lot, but listen.
Well, it's a talk show.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, keep going, Spenny.
I just thought it would be very funny at the golf club, Kenny being disrespectful, because there's a lot of rules around golf clubs, what you can do and you can't do. And I thought maybe I did want to give him a distraction where he could, have a, I don't know, a bunch of Marshall lamps with an electric guitar when I was trying to putt. Anything like that would have been funny. So that was one. He pitched one, which was who could get slapped by more women, which I think would have been hilarious. However, I remember at the time I didn't want to go up to women and do stuff that would, a lot of these things now, certainly that one and other things, they would never get made now, right?
Because of the legal ramifications of it? Or?
Well, the politically correct, right? It's because this side of the left wing that's so easily offended can cause a lot of problems for television networks.
With that being said, are you more comfortable working with like a right wing network in some case? I mean,
it depends. It really depends.
Right.
I mean, I have very strong opinions, but I'm not a control freak, right? I'm a rule of law guy. So
I mean,
if it would never happen, if Fox offered me a show and there was a lot of money in it, I probably would do it.
You watch Fox News, right?
Sometimes.
So with that being said, do you have a wife or a girlfriend or what's the
I don't talk about that, but yes, I'm married.
Okay, cool. What does your family think of what you've done? I guess.
Well, my kids are very young, so they don't. My older daughter, she's kind of gets it, but I won't let her watch a lot of the stuff. My wife just wants the money, so that works out well.
For sure.
Yeah.
There was one humiliation in particular that, did you shove a cucumber in your butt, or did you deep throat?
It was actually a pickle.
A pickle that you inserted up
your
your
asshole? It was a hot dog. Sorry, it was a hot dog.
It was a hot dog that you inserted up your rectal cavity.
Correct.
Right. And you
does that freak you out, man?
No, not at all. I mean, it's just, I'm just exploring.
Feels like it does.
I'm just exploring. It's something unusual that people do on TV, right? I mean, people don't usually put hot dogs up.
Not a lot of people do that on TV unless they're making porn.
Exactly. So that's actually one point that I wanted to make, was that there was a very strong sexual connotation with that whenever you were, pretty much present. If that makes any sense. Like Kenny, you were always over sexualized. You would always sexualize yourself when you go on the show, the pornography and everything. Have you ever suffered from porn addiction? Has there ever been a point?
No, I did the movie Confessions of a Porn Addict, but no, I've never suffered from it. But I've known people that have, like guys that. One guy I met in LA, he jerk off like 15 times a day. Was
it like a producer of yours? Or?
No, just a guy I knew.
Got it. So you pretty much mind your own business for the most part.
Carl, I'm antisocial. I work, if I'm playing music, I work in the bars. When I go with Kenny, we work in theaters and bars. I don't socialize. I'm not into it. I haven't been into it for decades. So I'm, I don't
it's
know,
boring because there's nothing to talk about. Is that kind of your impression, where there's nothing to talk about anymore, and that's why you don't socialize with people, or is it because
I have social anxiety, and most people I find boring.
Right. So what's one topic that you're super duper passionate about?
Politics.
So what do you want the world to be? What is the ideal society in your mind, as a man who?
There's no ideal. That's nonsense. There's always going to be problems and economic, physical, everything you can imagine. What do I want? I would like there to be just honesty and a little bit of thoughtfulness.
Thoughtfulness and honesty in a society, right?
In people, like if you're going to have a point of view. If you're going to like one political philosophy over another or one policy over another, you should be able to explain why, and you should be able to do it without lying.
Right. Understood. What do you think about? Okay, so Kenny is doing one. Is Kenny doing anything new? I guess, or I mean, that's the question.
He's working on this the 4K, which is sort of an old show, but he's doing that. And yeah, we work together live. We've got 6 shows coming up in about a month, and
for sure.
I mean, he does. He's busy. He's got a family too. And
are you vaccinated?
There's not a whole lot to do right now because of the pandemic.
Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Triple, quadruple?
Yeah.
Cool.
I would quadruple if they told me to, but I'm tripled.
Right. And how have you been feeling after that?
Perfect.
What do you think?
I'm not dead from COVID or very sick from it, so that's good.
What do you think of Trudeau?
I like him.
You like him? He's handsome.
Yeah, I like him. I like him mostly because he's young and he's somewhat modern.
Progressive. He's an actor. He was an actor.
Yeah, I probably would have a good time with him, partying with him. I don't agree with everything he stands for, but I don't agree with anything anybody stands for, pretty much. So I look at the alternatives, and I think I'm a centrist, basically. People think I'm way out on the left, but I'm actually not. If they scratch below the surface, but
is Kenny a communist or?
A communist?
Yeah. Is he?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, maybe.
No, he's not a communist. I think he doesn't. He's not as into politics as I am. I think Kenny's probably, left. He's probably like me, just left wing, not crazy left wing, reasonable left wing.
Understood.
What I used to be right wing. So, or
really?
Fighters. Oh yeah.
When like after the?
I still like a lot of the right wing philosophy. I always have. So Trumpism is something different. But
did you stop? Did you stop identifying as right wing after the "Who can black people like you more"?
No, no. That's funny. I stopped. I stopped, I think, because of this social safety net. And I saw having absolutely little to no compassion for people that aren't as lucky as I was wasn't right, and it wasn't fair. And I don't think all men may be created equal, but they're not put into equal circumstances in life.
Of course.
You throw on top of that racism and all the other shit that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some people need a help and a little leg up. And I think that reasonable liberal philosophy gives that chance.
Right. I mean, you did finger a guy on the stage in Garwood, New Jersey. Did you do that to every guy?
I've probably done that, Carl, 60 times.
Like just putting on a glove.
Of course, you've put it in a very crude way.
Right.
I was giving a prostate examination.
Right, on stage while having, one and in one hand like a giant.
Yeah. You sound very homophobic. Actually, I'll be honest with you. You don't really sound like a thoroughly
I've not said a single homophobic thing.
No, I know, but I'm actually pretty intuitive, and I don't care, by the way.
I have no problem with gay people. I have a gay cousin. cousin.
I don't know. I'm just hearing something in your voice. This going back to the hot dog. Now it's fingering.
It's just,
you have an obsession that is probably not coming from a good place.
It's not an obsession. It's not an obsession. I just want to completely remove any doubt.
Talk about assholes.
No. I want to remove. Yeah. I want to remove any doubt about you not feeling any shame about any of these activities.
No. In fact, I think the prostate bit is one of the funniest things in the history of stand-up comedy. Right. To be honest with you.
Would you ever?
I don't know anybody that would do it. Number one. Number two. The way we do it, it's funny because I'm doing my, getting on my soapbox talking about prostate cancer, and Kenny's seeing it as I think you are.
And Kenny loves Hitler. Kenny loves Hitler, and
no, he doesn't. He hates Hitler. He just makes fun of Hitler.
Understood. The T-shirts. the Nazi the Nazi memorabilia and all that other stuff that he has in.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think he's a self-hating Jew? Is there any aspect or element of that?
No, I don't think he's no. I think I think that Nazism and the Holocaust are extremely fascinating in a dark way, just like people who watch serial killers or crime shows. And then on top of that, he's Jewish. I'm Jewish, so you even become more enthralled with the insane darkness of it. Mm-hmm. And no, I think he hates Nazis more than most people.
Mm-hmm. So what is your relationship with all of your fans? Is it overtly positive? Are there some fans that you can't stand, that you can't tolerate?
I'm not good with people. So the only time I really mix with them generally is when we do the VIP meet and greets at our live show. And some of them are rude, some of them are nice, but by that time I'm already pretty drunk, and I don't like being there, to be honest with you. It's just, it's just a way of making more money. Mm-hmm. Kenny sort of is more the charming one who talks to them and asks them about their favorite episode.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And so, it does, to me, it's not about them. It's about me. I'm just not comfortable around people. So
what would have you been in life if it weren't for television and entertainment? If this route was not available to you, what would you have done?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know, because I did real estate when I was younger, and I didn't like it. So I don't really know.
You don't know
something because I would have wanted to make money. So
porn or
well, music, but that's in the entertainment world. No, I have no interest in porn. I've never even videoed myself having sex. In general, some people do that now with videos on their cameras and whatnot.
Is there anything about, your relationship with Kenny still great, still going strong? You guys talk every day?
It's good. It's good right now. Yeah, I would say it's pretty good, because we don't see each other very much because we live in different cities and we've got families. But we do get together when we go on the road and do our live show, and we have fun.
Have you guys done drugs together apart from weed? You guys did a lot of drugs together when you were younger.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So what is the future of humanity? Like, what do you think the future is going to be?
Okay. Everybody will have a hot dog and be inserting it in their rectum at 3:00 in the afternoon in every time zone on the planet. I don't know. It doesn't look good long term, I have to say. Mm-hmm. But I'm not one of those people that, during the Cold War, for example, I thought that, there'd be a nuclear war and no one would survive. There'll always be pockets of survival. Honestly, I don't think we're going to turn it around in terms of the environment. I just don't see it happening, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
What do you think of Elon Musk? What do you think of the billionaire class?
I don't really know much about him. Oddly enough, he went to school where I live.
King's College.
I know he doesn't, here's the thing, right? He doesn't like the extra taxes on billionaires. He has every right to say that, because he's paying more taxes than, 50% of the population added together will ever pay, right? So I don't really hold that against him. I don't really know much about him, to be honest. I saw him smoke a joint with, I don't know if it was Joe Rogan once. Whatever. I'm not anti-billionaire or anything like that. He's a smart guy, and, I have no reason to not like him. That I just don't know much about him.
There's some allegations that you wear a wig, Spencer. Is that true?
No.
To any extent? Okay.
No extent.
Do you cross-dress?
Never. Well, yes. When for Kenny versus Spenny, I did. When else have I dressed up? No, that's about the only time I dressed as a full-on woman.
Understood.